What is going on, everybody? This is your All-Terrain Nation, and I am your host, David Boyd, alongside Daniel, the Don't F With Me Grooters over there in SoCal. This is your All-Terrain Nation, guys. What is going on? It is a double show tonight, Joe. We're going to be on 2 channels tonight, so super pumped about that. And if I could get my position here right, we would talk some things. So tonight, Danny, it's the night. Ford finally released what it was going to cost for one of these golden ticket Broncos. And I thought, why not? Let's just go through it a little bit and see what... This will be the first round. We'll probably debate this a couple more times before December comes and I buy one. But let's debate this thing tonight, guys. Let's see. We got Jeff Cordetti, William Manure. How do you say that, Dan?
William Manrar.
Sorry, sir. Don't look to us to pronounce your name, but welcome in, man.
That's Bill Maher.
Bill Maher. Oh, okay. And the moderator extraordinaire Joe Taylor, along with a few others on here. And for one, Danny, it's Friday night.
It is.
I'm pumped. It's I had a pretty good week. How was your week, man? Everything go all right?
Yeah. I don't think I've been on since I broke my toe. I broke my toe.
What?
Stretching in preparation for kicking a.
Wait, you broke your toe?
Bag. Yeah, I actually broke it, and then I was like, "Oh, it's fine." I just stubbed it, and then I kicked a bag for like 20 minutes, just like doing some side kicks on a bag, and then later, like my whole foot was like black and blue, and my toe was like for sure gross.
Oh,
and
man.
then I went and got an X-ray, and it's like my pinky toe, and I.
Oh yeah, that's right. You can't.
My pinky toe, and the rest of the toes are all black and blue, and so.
And you can't do anything
with that.
You can't do anything with the pinky toe, anyways. You know. I mean, it is what it is.
Tie it up to the rest of the toes, and they told me to stay off of it for like 2 weeks. I was like, yeah, right, dude. How am I supposed to stay off my? Like, if I can walk, I'm not gonna stay off of it. You know.
Right.
So of course I went back to jiu-jitsu like 3 days later, and I'm just sore every day.
Now you're gonna pay for it, man. But well, I guess that's that SoCal life, right? It's either kicking, learning to kickbox, or tripping over homeless people out there, right?
Yeah, Dave. There, Joe's saying we can't hear me very well on the mic. I'll move it a little bit closer. Do you want to double check that? How does it sound now, guys?
There you go. I'm pumping you up as we speak. All right, thank you for that, Joe. I am, guys. You know what I'm doing right now. I'm sharing this link, as you guys should as well. If you like all things that we do, share this link and let's talk Bronco. I'm gonna really share this link because I'm gonna share it in a Bronco Facebook group that usually it's like a hate fest of anything over there. So why not, man? Why not? Let's get them talking Bronco.
Let's do it. Bring them in. Bring me to the fold.
That's right, man. But other than that, Dan,
I'm already on the website right now. We like right before Dave was coming on. I was just scrolling through the colors of the that they're offering and looking at all the different options. So I don't know. This will be a fun show, guys. You might even want to like sit in front of your computer and just scroll with go through with us and kind of see what you like and see what you dislike. There's a lot of cool stuff on here that you can play around with.
Right. Yeah. No. I will say they've done a pretty good job with this. Bronco 6G's already pointed out a few like things that don't work right. Like if you click this, you can't get this package, which Ford has said you can. So, we'll see about that. Right. We'll see what goes on. But overall, man, I'm very impressed. I know people initially were all up in arms, like, when are they going to release this build price? When are they going to do this? When are they going to do that? And I've come to the conclusion that we live in a generation now of if it's not for me, they don't care about anybody else. And I've never seen so many people whine that, oh, they're not doing this button on the truck, or they're not doing this on this, or why can't we have the white roof? And it's like, guys, man, Ford. It took moving a mountain to get anybody to do something like this, other than Jeep anymore. Like companies, get dinged. For sure. They get dinged on their cafe regs hard for these things, man. So let them get these things out here and let's play around before we just start whining. They didn't do my favorite, ZZ Top's down on the radio as soon as I start the truck. What's up? Because it's getting that ridiculous. Some of the things I read, Dan, like it's.
Yeah, I think at this point, with all the options and just the amount of stuff that they're giving
Mm-hmm.
in this, in that, the options, like I said, the options, the number of colors you can get it in, the configurations, the aftermarket. I mean, like, what more could you ask for at this point? Like,
Right.
just
I mean,
complaining about little things, you just get off it. Just be happy with what you got.
Well, Jeep Rubicon, Jeep Rubicon's been the bad boy for a long time, but they don't offer 35s from the factory,
Yeah,
or if they do, it's only in the Rubicon package. They don't go, hey, your base model, yeah, you can get the most kick-ass, what version we make.
yeah. As I say to my kids, you get what you get, and you don't throw a fit.
That's right. That's right. And that's why Danny only feeds his kids once a week, and they should be happy for that, right, Dan?
That's right. Nothing. I feed them a giant half cow. What are we talking about, Dave?
Just throw a slab of beef in there.
I don't even know what I'm saying right now. Let's talk about better things.
Let's talk about better things. All right, so let's get into this thing. First off, everybody, let us know if you're hearing. Obviously, you can hear us now, and I'm curious about which one. We've talked about this before. Which version would you buy? But I think a lot of that was based on people, just. Well, this package looks cool. I have no idea other than Ford said, hey, here's the couple prices. And let me jump over there. All right, so here we are pulling up Danny, you got the Build Your Bronco up? Or
Yes, I do.
Okay. So as everybody can see here, and you should still see your comments above here. Let me know if you don't. But you can see kind of some of the options here, and it's
And I will say that it's confusing on how many you can do. Your base, your Big Bend, your Black Diamond, you got your Badlands, Wild Tracks. I think I missed one. Outer Banks.
Yeah.
And I'm sure if you go through them and check out which one is yours, and if you're going to be actually buying with them.
Right.
But right off the bat, you're like, holy shit, there's so many options.
Yes. Yes. I was talking
for better or for worse, like it may not be the easiest thing, but at the same time, you could definitely get something personalized and get all the things that you do want and some of the things that you don't, or it's good in one sense, but it is right off the bat, it's a little overwhelming, I would say.
Well, I was talking to Kelly about this today because we were just kind of going over kind of what we thought initially, and yeah, I was like, they only needed 3 options: a base, the Black Diamond, and the Badlands. I mean, I guess the Outer Banks is like a Sierra for Jeep, your luxury one, but they didn't need all these options on this thing. But obviously, Ford knows best. They know they're the top selling for SUVs and trucks. They seem to know how to do these things. So,
I do think that I think from an average buyer perspective, it's a little much. But at the same time, from this is an enthusiast vehicle, and the enthusiast vehicle, you want like your own separate package, and because it's such this thing is kind of like the Jeep. It's versatile from a, mall cruiser with lots of cool, fun gadgets, where you might get, and I don't remember which one it is. Oh, I messed it up. I think it's the let's see, which one was it? Whatever. You might get the mall cruiser version, which looks really, really nice. It's got, bigger wheels and stuff like that. And, and it's got way more creature comforts, So if you want to look like you off-road, but really you're just a mall cruiser, which a lot of Jeeps are these days.
Right. Of course.
You can go with that option. Was it Outer Banks?
Which is their
off-road
Sahara
style. Yeah. So I think it actually has some good possibilities to get out and really get a lot of different customers into this.
Right. No, they did, and of course, I hate to say Ford knew they had a hit on their hands, but they knew this was going to be a hit because nobody besides Jeep has built something like this. I mean, it's been since I was a kid that you had the old Suzukis and stuff, the Samurais or the Geo Trackers that were not even close to a Wrangler at the time, but something you could put a removable top and have some fun in. And for the past basically 25 years, Jeeps had zero competition. You could always say, yeah, Nissan Xterra was sort of competition, but it wasn't. You could say that the FJ Cruiser or the Toyota FJ, that was competition, but it wasn't. The only things like Xterra and FJ did was kind of people that were they didn't want to be a part of the Jeep crowd. They wanted something, but they didn't That's the only thing those things really.
They wanted something you could actually daily drive comfortably and that didn't howl and make a ton of noise and and
Right.
actually lasted more than a couple of months without it breaking.
Of course, of course. But I really do. I commend Ford for what they've done with this thing, man. It's so far from what we've seen. They're never going to make everybody happy, so we know that.
Yeah.
And so be it. They've made me happy, and that's why I wanted to buy one of these things. All right, Danny. So first off, if you were going to choose, just looking at base prices, where would you start out at?
Wild Track. Oh, price?
No. Well, I'm just saying, if you're looking, no, don't even go with price. I'm just curious which one would pulls your.
So I didn't see the Wild Track. I don't know if that's a new edition, but that looks. I hadn't seen that one last time I hopped on the page and browsed.
Mm-hmm.
That seems like it's literally built because of King of the Hammers and
Right.
or West Coast
Well,
off-road
look at
styling. It
I've
says
got
right
notes.
the first line. Yeah, it says first line. It says high-speed off-roading, and that's so the shock tuning's got to be different on it. Maybe they run a reservoir style with different shock tuning. It says it was developed in Johnson Valley. That's where King of the Hammers is. That's
Mhm.
right in kind of in my back door here where a lot of this stuff is. So obviously I'm sure you probably saw that and you're like, oh, I know what Danny's gonna so
Well, yeah,
that's-
but in
right
the
off the bat,
description,
that's where I'd go.
yeah, in the description it talks about high desert speed or whatever. But no,
Yeah,
it's
and
actually
it's the big V6, right?
well, yes, but you can. What's weird is you can get this V6 in all of these things, man. So,
Yeah, but I mean, if they're gonna make it for high speed desert, they're gonna want they're gonna want to put all the power into it to keep that
Yeah.
thing,
Of course.
powerful at high RPM and stuff.
of
like
course. But what's
Which is
weird?
important.
So when I was really like I'd went through the Bronco like everybody a dozen times, just excited, wanting to kind of which one am I going to get to choose? I knew it was probably going to be of the three: Black Diamond, Badlands, or the Wild Track. I knew those were probably the ones that with this particular vehicle. I mean, I won't say budget's not a factor. But this is a vehicle I'm probably going to own for a good 5 to 7 years. So kind of budget's not much of a factor, I mean, I want it affordable. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, this is the one time I'm buying a vehicle for me and the family that it's going to be what exactly works for my family. Rumesh, we're going to get into that, man. Look at our listeners, man. They want to know
I know.
now.
He wants to know. I would say, Dave, if I was gonna pick one for you, my thought would be the Black Diamond because that's the Overlander version. The Badlands is the slightly more extreme. And as much as you like extreme stuff, you got your SAS truck. This truck is not a cheap truck, and you're gonna, it's a brand new Bronco. You want to keep it nice. You're gonna take it on overland trips.
Right.
You're gonna take it out to, Went and probably run some trails that aren't, too crazy. Though it could probably do a lot more. It would be wonderful if you would be able to take it on a road trip out to Utah, Colorado, or something like that.
So yeah, it's planned that not next summer because it'll be late summer before I ever get mine. So, but the next summer, it will be in Moab.
Right.
So,
so that's I think the adventure overland is probably something that is right down your alley, unless there's certain certain things that you want that doesn't come in that package. I mean, I don't know why you jump all the way up to the extreme without doing that. So, but that's my guess.
Well, so like I said, Black Diamond, Badlands, and the Wild Track. And the Wild Track's only came in the past like 2 weeks in my vision, my sight of what I want. Because for one, right off the bat, when Ford said Sasquatch package, front rear lockers, 35s, it's geared for 35s, dude, that sold me on this, man. And a lot like when Jeep brought out the Gladiator and they said, hey, we really built this that you could go take it and put 35s on it with zero issues. A 35-inch will fit under the truck. Like those little things like that for guys like us that really do off-road and take these vehicles to their limits. Those things matter to me. And when I heard that Sasquatch package, that was like a game changer. I was like, I'm in. The next thing it was one of
those things everybody wanted but never thought would actually come to fruition on anything other than a Jeep. And even the Jeep is like their Rubicon package is, it's pretty hefty, but the more recently, I think they beefed it up a little bit more, but it wasn't quite the premium.
Right. But so next, so I knew first off Sasquatch package. So and what's cool about Ford, any of these you can get Sasquatch package, any of them. They're not limiting that, which is really cool. So next I knew, well, I won't say I knew. Depending on price, it was going to be a V6, the twin turbo V6. I think me and you privately talked, and you're like, Dave, you're going to want that power, man.
Yeah, it's just for the, if you're gonna go big. Go big on the big things that you're never gonna change.
All right.
Worst case scenario, like putting 35s on is easier than putting a new motor into something.
Right. Right.
And good power and good gearing with big tires just makes for a much better driving experience, right?
Well, and how many, especially me and you being deep in the Nissan world, how many people did we ever see with the Gen 2 Xterra go, well, do I get the Pro 4X or do I just get the other one and then add the locker later and do all this extra work later that they never they never do.
That was the best thing I did was when I bought my Frontier, getting the Pro 4X version. It just made things so much easier in the long run for upgrading stuff. It was just, it's so much less work, and the locker's great, works great. But yeah,
I have zero problems with electronic lockers, man. Some old school guys they're like, oh no, it's got to be a manual, just a manual engage or an air locker, and I'm like, dude, push button works. Like, sure, electronics can always go, but then your truck can always roll over too. But that doesn't stop.
Only time I had a problem was I think I frayed a wire through like some brush or something like that, and I went back up there and just cut it, re-soldered it, or butt connected it or whatever, and put some shielding over it, and it's good to go again.
All right,
like, that's the only time I've ever seen problems with them.
So Dan, out of the three, you're saying that probably Black Diamond's probably where you think I should go. What do you guys think? Let me know out of the three. So Black Diamond, Badlands, or Wild Track?
Black Diamond or Badlands. The Wild Track, Dave, I don't know.
Because
as much as you want to come out here, it's hard to know for sure what. I'm gonna jump into this model a little bit more and get a little bit, see if there's any more detail.
Because I know you haven't studied this like I have, man. For 4 months I've went over this thing.
I think the Wild Track comes with the Sasquatch package.
It does, and so like I said, Danny, you can get it in all of these, but there's just you start pricing yourself.
That package starts with that in it.
So let's look at the black. Let's go to the Black Diamond. I'm gonna hit this. Let's start.
You hop in the Black Diamond. I'll hop into the Wild Track, and we'll kind of go back and forth and see what. 310 horsepower. You know what's crazy, dude? Is my buddy just bought a brand new Ford F-150 with the big V6, like the Raptor V6, because he got like the Platinum or whatever. So it's basically a Raptor, but it's without the suspension,
Right.
But that thing is fast, dude, and like torquey and fast. It's the turbo motors really put out some serious beef.
They do, but the only thing about this thing is guys are going to want this thing to sound that grumbly V8, and this little thing, the Raptor doesn't sound great.
Yeah, in the Raptor it's frustrating, but when you have a vehicle like this, you're not expecting it. I don't know. I don't expect a vehicle like this to sound like it's got some 5-liter Coyote motor in it that's like a Mustang or something like that. That's not really what this. I don't think the market for this vehicle is going to be looking for that. Right.
And so right off the bat, let me go to my notes on this one. Let's see. So this is the Black Diamond. It starts out at $36,000. $36,050. Now colors is this is where so even at Ford's build page, they start you at colors. Like, which color is it? And of course, if you didn't know, I'm picking a 2-door. I would like a 4-door, but I don't want to get into a $55,000 vehicle if I don't have to. And honestly, it's just me. We're a 3-people household here now. So my daughter's 10. She's young enough to easily get in the back of one of these. So it doesn't affect me. And it's not our daily driver by any means anyways. So, all right. So colors, Danny, if you were to choose right now, the Black Diamond comes in iconic silver or shadow black, Oxford white, antimatter blue, which I believe they said they're not actually going to paint that color till late in the year.
Hmm.
Let's see. There's Cactus Gray. There is the Icon Silver. Here's the Area 51. What do they call this? Carbonized Gray. Rapid Red. Race Red. Cyber Orange. And Velocity Blue. Which out of those would you pick right now, Dan?
I've seen the. I'm almost positive, and maybe I should look this up.
All these colors, by the way,
red.
all these colors you can get on the F-150, by the way. Like,
Okay, yeah. So that rapid red, if you've seen that on the F-150, it is a phenomenal color. It starts. It's almost into that chrome red world, but it's not. You know, the chrome red is a little bit gaudy, a little bit over the top. If you've seen like wrapped cars with the chrome red, it's like
right.
I mean, it's like race car stuff. You know, like yeah, I get it on a race car, but for like a daily, you know, you don't want a chrome red. But it touches its toes into that world, and it's just enough to make it go, oh damn, that color. It's a deep color, and that's in person. That's probably one of the best. And every time I see it, I say to myself, that's probably one of the best vehicle reds I've ever seen.
Right, and they do it on the Mustangs and like
it's
they
a
use it a lot.
deep red. Yeah.
Now, so for that
so
color,
I really like. And I'm biased, Dave, obviously.
Well, of course, this is kind of the color you go with. But so for that color, there's an upcharge of $295, which isn't honestly. I thought on all
like
their
$295.
Yeah. So I thought when they said, "Hey, colors, there's going to be upcharges," I was thinking honestly $1,000. It's just usually that's what you see for certain colors anymore. Is there's just $1,000. That price didn't scare me at all. But let's see. What else? Oh, the Cyber Orange is an upcharge of $595, which on paper that color looks great, but if you see it on the Rangers that float around, it loses. It needed to be more orange or something. It just sort of looks like a faded orange that I don't know, like it'd been sitting out in the sun way too long and just.
I kind of like it. I've seen it in person a few times. I dig it, Dave.
Oh, I don't dislike it, but I'm just saying it just certain colors may be cool for a year and then they go. I'm kind of done with that.
Yeah, I thought for you for sure you'd be going with that color, but apparently it's not quite neon yellow enough.
No.
it's in between yellow and orange, and it's not enough neon yellow and it's not enough neon orange for Dave to like it. It's in between and it's not enough, and that's what I understand, Dave.
No, actually, when this was the first color when I watched the reveal, I was like, "Holy crap, that's it, man! That color." And the wife kicks in and she's like, "You know what? No." And since how she's paying half the bill on this, I'm like, she probably should get somewhat of a say. So she didn't say when I said, "Hey, we're getting a Bronco," she never said, "No, we're not." So I had to like go, okay, that color. So initially this was my initial color. So Cactus Gray was the one that I thought I can't live without that color. I like it. I'm a child that loves 60 things, 60s furniture, 60s colors. This one sort of hit home with me of a color that I really liked. But once again, Kelly's like, I don't know on that one. And then she said, what about Area 51? And I was like, well, that's not a bad color. It's probably not my favorite, but once again,
is that the almost light blue?
Yeah, I've got it up on the screen now.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan.
Yeah, it's okay. I don't
too
dislike
soft
it
for me.
Yeah, you're a bold guy though.
I'm a hard guy. I like things hard.
Yeah.
Wait.
Well. Wrong show. But then
I do like that darker gray though.
Mm-hmm.
The darker bluish gray. That looks good.
Yeah. So me and Kelly thinking there was going to be upcharges on some of the fun colors. We've really been debating Cactus Gray Area 51 since they launched this thing, and I've had black vehicles, Danny. So the idea of a black truck right now, I've had like 3 in a row.
No.
I'm just done with that color.
I hate black trucks.
Well, they just show everything.
Everything, man, and you get a scratch and it looks like somebody pinstripe. You know, like yeah, they're terrible to own. If you're gonna own, well, they're terrible to own as an off-road vehicle. If you're gonna own something that's off-road, you want something that's not gonna show. And yeah, red isn't great for that, and I understand that with my truck. My truck was bought as a business showpiece more in the beginning, and so I wanted something that was flashy and bright and you could pull attention.
Right.
But in truth, you want, if you're going to be going on trails and stuff, you want something that's going to hide trail damage.
Right.
And in truth, if you don't want it to be flashy and bright for business and or personal reasons, grays, lighter grays and whites are going to be good for that.
Right. Well, so and I like white cars. So the idea of this thing, that kind of stormtroopery black and white, I don't know, something about
I
that
dig that.
really stands out to me. And my Pro 4X Frontier I had was white. Basically I've had a lot of white trucks. So
Yeah, Stan
just,
was white, right?
yeah, no, Turk was white.
Turk was white.
My
That's
first
right.
6
That's
area.
the OG.
But this antimatter blue, dude, looks great, but I've seen it in photos, real world photos, and you can't tell if it's black or blue. Like, it's just one of them weird colors. And then this one popped up to me, the Icon or carbonized gray. And gray is a pretty good in between color because Kelly likes dark gray vehicles. I don't like black vehicles, and so it's kind of a good compromise for like, oh, okay, I can compromise with that color. But once again, it's going to show dark colors show scratches, which leads me to the next choice that, like you were saying earlier, that rapid red was next on my list. I was like, that's it. And so today I showed Kelly, we were in town, and I showed her an F-150 in that rapid red, and she was like, oh no, it's darker than I thought it was going to be. And I was like, did you look at the pictures?
Yeah, it's in person. That red is it's something that I think you have to see in person to really see it. Because it doesn't show as well on the screen because it's a deep color. It's got a lot of chromate in it or something like that.
Well, they do a tint
aluminum
to
fleck or metal fleck in it or something like that.
Yeah, so
that causes it to be a real deep.
They do a metal flake and then they tint with the clear coat, a dark tint.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'll be honest, right now in my background, this is the color that's on my background, that race red. The background of my monitor
is on your background?
Yep. I think that color right there is it's fun. Something about
it's race red. It's not quite candy apple, but it's a great color for a truck. I'm a big fan of both the reds, of course, because I'm biased, but
well, and then Danny, we got into another problem. Kelly's seen this color, and it is Velocity blue, and it's like an electric blue here.
That's the old school blue.
Yeah, and it is sharp. This color is super sharp.
But that's the one you said is probably going to be a last on the build list color.
No, antimatter. So that's that dark blue. The dark blue is what people have been reporting was going to be. Ford said they weren't building it till later in next fall, basically. So and like everybody, I don't want to wait on a particular color. I'm already waiting basically a year on this video or this Bronco. I don't want to wait another 6 months just because of a color. So right now it comes down to probably these colors. So once again, the carbonized gray, the Velocity blue, the race red, and the rapid red. So guys, let us know in the comments here which of those four. Once again, rapid red, race red, Velocity blue, or the carbonized gray. So out of those four, Danny, which one are you still stuck on? The reds?
I'm red. I'm red.
Yeah, I'm
but
gonna.
That means we have matching trucks. So, well, not matching trucks. Then we both have red trucks. I don't know if that would work out.
It's branding for the company, Dan. It's branding.
Guess maybe we're just gonna have to make all of our brands red.
Let's see. Frank B says race red.
Race red. There's a good question. 06 X-Tour, gotta go 4-door, bro. Dave, are you going 4-door or 2-door?
No, 2-door. Like I said earlier, my family is not huge anymore. I don't need it. This vehicle.
That's true.
This is, I hate to say, a luxury vehicle for me. It could sit in the driveway. It could have 100 miles on it, and I only drive it to go off road or into town.
It's a lot less to wash, and we know how much you hate washing trucks. A lot less space for you to keep clean.
Right. But the 2-door, because for one thing, it reminds me more of the iconic Bronco, the 2-door. I mean, yes, the 4-door is probably ultimately the better for resale, probably better because that, Jeep sells, I think it's 10-to-1 that they sell 4-doors to 2-doors. But I don't know, Dan. Once again, something about the 2-door just pulls me in, and especially for off-roading. You know this with off-roading, man. the smaller the vehicle, the easier it is. Like, it's easier to get around things. So
usually,
I mean, you know,
it's
obviously,
it's something you'll definitely have to get used to as far as off-roading.
well, I've had a Wrangler.
Having
I had a Wrangler. We're good.
long what like 10 years ago?
Yeah, but still, it's not like I never wheeled that thing.
But yeah, it'll be a different experience from wheeling the Xterra even. It's probably close to the Xterra at that wheelbase, but not quite.
Dane Robertson says you can't store the roof/doors in the 2-door. I know they offer the baggage, and we'll get into that, Dane, in a little bit. But honestly, I don't care. Like, it's not. Once again, I've had a Jeep. I got caught in the rain with that thing. It wasn't like, it sucked, but it wasn't like I was like, oh darn, if I only had the doors in the back. Now for the 4-door, I definitely could see like being able to store the doors in the back. It's pretty appealing, but.
Well, here's the thing too, Dave, is and I'm not trying to talk you out of the 2-door, but you're gonna have very little storage in that vehicle with the 2-door.
Mm-hmm. Well, got very little storage in a 4-door. Let's be honest. There's not. You have the whole back
seat if it's just you and the wife.
Yeah. See. So I have the whole back seat in this thing.
You could sleep in it that way too.
Oh, dude, those days are done for me. I'm not sleeping in a vehicle anymore.
You can sleep comfy in the back of a 4-door like a big SUV now.
Oh, well, no, I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying I've got hotel money. If I want to go somewhere
old as Dave's showing his age right now.
Right?
I can't sleep in the back of a car anymore. That's child's play.
Well,
I'm too old.
Me and JR was at Windrock one
hips.
time. We were at Windrock one time, and probably the last time I camped. And a lightning storm was coming. It was about to get nasty, and I just told you I started packing up my tent. And he's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Dude, there's a hotel. It's $70. Like, my comfort and all that is well worth the $70." And so we ended up in a hotel. But all right, back to the build. So all right, guys, so right now I'm gonna say, once again, we'll do a couple of these videos because I'm sure till December I'll change my mind 15 times. But so I'm gonna say right now, Dan, we're going with that Rapid Red.
All right, that's the leader right now. That's the leaderboard.
We're gonna lock that answer in. It's my final answer.
Locked in as a leader.
All right.
It's on the leaderboard, Dave.
Next up, we know here's tires. So we know instantly I'm not playing around. So do we want to add the Sasquatch package for the 35-inch tires? And it brings up this screen. It says adding the LT 315 7017 mud terrain tires requires the following changes. Sasquatch package, 10-speed automatic transmission, which now they're offering the manual, but a manual's not even in my want to do right now either.
You're too old for that. You can't be moving. You got bad hips. Your bad hips are gonna flare up any day now.
but so yes, I do. And the Sasquatch package for this particular vehicle is $6,885. Now, what it's confusing because if you price each one of these out, it gets a little confusing. The Sasquatch price keeps changing, but I believe that includes the automatic transmission in that price. So we're gonna say yes to that. And we're going to move on. So next up is the roof.
Let's run through that real quick, then, Dave. For $6,000, you're getting tires, right? Which for a 35-inch tire these days, you're going to be paying about $280 for a good quality tire. So you're over $1,000 just for the tires.
Yep.
What are the other options that come with the Sasquatch package?
You get a
17-inch beadlock
capable. They're capable. You can buy the rings for them, but they're capable,
which is a big deal. So you get a better wheel, which if you're gonna buy a beadlock wheel, those are like $280 a wheel. So you're looking at another $1,000 there.
Yeah.
And you get a better.
So you're getting
a better shock package, right?
You're getting the extended reservoir shocks.
Bilstein positive sensitive monotube shocks.
Yes.
And locking diffs.
You're getting front and rear locking diffs. Now the Black Diamond already comes with rear locking diffs, so you're getting the front diff.
But if you're getting a front diff, that's $1,000 there.
Yeah, if not more, really.
Suspension. I think the pricing on that is pretty spot on as far as how much. If let's just say you wanted to upgrade it later, you're gonna spend that much in order to upgrade it to all the things. And you might not be upgrading it as well. So it's close, and I think that's a good price. So
all right, so for roof, they're only in the 2-door offering a hard top roof right now, which I would want anyways.
For sure. Because you're old and you don't need to be moving. You don't need to be taking off canvas roofs and putting them back on, and you ain't gonna be sleeping back there.
That's right. That's right. No, but we do get. I would use this vehicle potentially in the winter. We actually do get. There's about a month and a half of winter we actually get here, so that is appealing. But if for another $495 you can add hardtop sound deadening headliner. Now I've rode in Jeeps. It barely makes a difference in some of this. In
the Jeeps, do they offer sound deadening in the headliner?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can get this package in a Jeep. But for $500, I can do that myself. I can.
Yeah, you could probably do it for a lot cheaper.
Yeah,
but it totally depends on how much work goes into that hardtop. If it's like an integral thing where you can't really take the hardtop apart,
right?
Then no, you can't.
Well,
but yeah, I'd probably skip that.
Let's see what else we get. What wheels? Frank B asked, "What wheels do you get?" With that, you only get the option of I don't know if it's gonna pop up. Let's see.
That's like the 6-spoke style wheel with that what looks to be like a silver ring on it, which is probably the beadlock option.
Yeah, so I've got them up here right now, Frank B. These are the wheels. These are the 17s that you can get as an extra, and then when you go to Sasquatch package, it bumps you up to these are the beadlock wheels now. So the top is out of it. The roof rails, I think they're ugly on this thing. I think that was one of the worst things about, if I had to point a couple flaws of it, I'm sure there's people that love these things, but for me, especially on a 2-door, they don't do anything for me because most likely the top's never going to be on it in the summer anyways. So I don't.
You're going to be parking that in your garage, Dave? Is that what you're saying?
If the wife lets me.
Can you commit to that, Dave?
No, I can't commit to that.
You're saying your garage is going to be cleaned out and nothing's going to be parked in your garage.
You would be surprised. It's quite clean now.
It's getting there.
I can almost get the juke in there.
Hey.
Now the Black Diamond offers what they call the heavy duty modular bumper. Now I've taken a lot of heat on the video I did about this bumper because I think it could be done a lot better, but it comes with this truck, so I'm not going to complain about it. But Danny, the bumper means nothing to me because I'm probably going to have Hefty or somebody that wants to get into the Bronco game just build me something aluminum, something's probably a lot stronger and better protection for when I put a winch in this than what Ford's going to offer. Now this was an interesting.
It doesn't look extreme,
right?
As far as capability.
No, it's made for people that want to add features to it. They want to put the bull bar and stuff on it, and I don't care about that. Let's see. The paint protection film. Now this was a cool thought. Now it says you can't do it with the Sasquatch package, which I'll get into probably why they don't want to, but I've never heard of, and this may be out there, but I've never heard of a car manufacturer offering paint protection film from the factory. So that I like that. Now they're only doing it on the front, but right now they're saying with the Sasquatch package you can't have it, and probably the reason for that is they know people that are buying that Sasquatch package are going to go tear these vehicles up, and they don't want.
I was just about to say that. Yeah.
They don't want to be warranting out pinstriping.
So on top of that is paint chips. Mm-hmm. So I just got my truck painted, and I went out and went up to a cabin with some buddies. There was 20 miles of, and even with my big wide fenders that my tires fit in, even then I still got a bunch of little chips on, the front sides of my rear fenders, and paint chips, can start causing havoc on paint. And even my truck before had it from, the various off-road desert adventures, the long tracks that I ran. Yeah. So I think having that, because basically it's clear bra, right?
Yeah,
they're putting clear bra on. I think you can do it for way cheaper because you have connections, but at the same time, it is really cool that they offer that.
Oh no, and I've told my buddy Luke over at Lifestyle Off Road from day one that I will fly him down here, and we will wrap this thing in probably just a paint protection film because I like the color. And I mean, if I just wanted to, I could go. I think the film is comparable to normal wrap price wise, but I mean, we may do some cool logos on it for the show or whatever eventually. But I think it's a key because our buddy Kevin Smith with Smith Overland, he bought a brand new Xterra. He went and had this paint protection wrap put on his Xterra almost day one, And truck still looks great. It's 5 years old now. You can't tell, if you mess it up, guess what? You peel that off, put another layer back on. So, but I thought that was actually really cool. So now some of these other features, brush guards, don't care about. Engine block heater. That's
not for where we're at.
Right.
Either of us.
Right. So remote.
That's some North Dakota shit.
Yeah. Right. The one thing here that does appeal to me is this remote start system. Now, especially with my Titan, I got really used to on chilly mornings hitting that button, letting it start, warming up. So that is a definite. Now
that's some boozy ass shit. Dude.
It is, dude. Hey,
highfalutin.
Does your Armada have that?
It does not.
Aww.
That's some gentry stuff, dude. I don't know if I've had I can't think of something that I've had that had remote start. Maybe, actually, no. You know what? I had a 93 Ranger that had somebody had put remote start in it.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Now that I think about it. Yeah, it had like one of those, like, it looked like a little phone on the keychain.
Oh, yeah,
It
yeah.
had a remote start. It was stupid, but it was fun to just start. And
of course.
Like when people were walking by, and it was like crazy loud with headers and like open pipes.
Right. Well, Anthony Stacy says, has Ford confirmed gas mileage on these things yet? No, they have not. And usually gas mileage is one of the last things that you ever hear about. They'll be hey, thank you, Brad. Thank you for saying that. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. We're on our goal to hit 1,000 subs by the beginning of the year.
Yeah, and if you could cleose the live chat, throw us a like real quick on the like-a-roo.
Yeah.
And then pop back into the live chat. That gives us a ton of help.
But usually so when journalists like ourselves get to test these things, and even though this is a new channel, we do have a background in covering vehicles. When that's usually the last thing. They'll let us test these things and play with them in a controlled environment. Sometimes you can get them a few weeks before. They give you a week in them. But one of the last things they ever do is the fuel economy. And because the fuel economy, guys, don't kid yourself. It's gonna be. I think it'll be 20 to 25 is where I think it's gonna be in this thing, which isn't bad it's a big brick, Jeep. It's comparable to what Jeep says they're doing, so that's where I think it'll be. But I wouldn't.
I think it'll be up in the low 20s.
I'd have to look at what Ranger's doing right now with that little Turbo 4. But
yeah, I think the little Turbo 4 is in the mid 20s, 25 to something or other.
Okay.
Probably like 20 to 27, depending on highway or whatever.
Well, all right. So let's a little deeper here. So seating. Now here's one of the pluses too. That as I was writing my list down of all three.
Hold on, Dave.
I'm sorry.
Hold on, Dave.
I'm sorry, guy.
You're not gonna go with the keyless entry keypad.
Yeah. Oh no. Freaking A, no. That's the ugliest thing I've ever seen. I've never liked.
Those are the best, dude. I would get that hands down. It's $110, dude. Those things are the best.
Yeah, but look, see if it pops up on the. It's probably not gonna pop up.
Oh, they're so convenient, dude.
No,
they're so convenient.
Ugh.
It's fantastic.
Ugh.
Whatever.
Oh, we got Kevin.
I would put that on every day.
Kevin Copeland on here tonight. What's up,
Cope?
Kevin?
What's up? You know what? We became Facebook friends this week. Me and Kevin just took
y'all have never been You've not.
I don't think so.
Wow.
He just came up on my Facebook feed as like, you should be friends. I'm like, what the? I didn't even know we weren't friends again. Maybe he did something.
We need the Copelands.
What's up, Kevin? I'm glad we're friends again.
Kevin, in about an hour, we're going to be over on Nissan Nation Productions, and we need you and your wife fighting over Super Chats again. It's been a while, buddy.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Anyways, but no, I know the keyless. I understand the keyless, that you can leave your keys in the car, punch your code. I just think on this.
It's the best. You don't have to. Your kids know it, and you know it, and your wife knows it. You don't have to like, hey, where's my key? Oh, here's my keys.
Yeah.
You're outside, and you're like, oh, I need to grab something from my truck. Beep, boop, beep. Grab it from your truck. It's so effing convenient. The one time I had it, we had like an Explorer or something like that on it, and it was so freaking good, dude. It was
no wonder
so
your
good.
feet hurt all the time, buddy.
It.
No wonder your feet, because you don't want to walk anywhere and go get the keys.
Well, it's because I'm walking out to the car, and then I'm like, oh, I don't have the keys, and I gotta walk back into the house.
Oh man, but no. So I've seen pictures of where they're. I mean, you can see it in that picture there. Here, let's see if it'll pop up. Here we go. It's just in a goofy position.
Are you gonna get the storage bag for the front row top panels?
Well, it comes with that, Danny.
I know.
But anyways, who cares about that? All right, so seating. Now seating, you only get one option, but it's the marine grade vinyl, which is actually pretty cool. It's a first in the industry. They're claiming. I've had boats. I mean, Yeah, but usually marine grade vinyl chips in the paint, so or in the sun. Eventually, it just starts breaking
What
down.
color is it?
Okay, so they're calling this a dark space gray, and if Danny, if you look
Okay.
on our website or on the YouTube
So
channel, you can see it.
I'm going through my build as you're going through
okay,
your build
okay.
because I'm
Oh,
doing
you
my
probably.
build as
Oh,
well.
nice.
So mine says Cartier graphic cloth seats is included in my build because I'm doing a 4-door in the whatever the Desert Runner one
Oh,
is.
okay. Well,
You can get leather, and then the option for $2,000 is leather trimmed vinyl seats with medium sandstone.
yeah, but Danny, we're talking about my build here, buddy, not yours. I'm actually buying one. Are you?
You can eat my butt, dude.
No, and I want to get into that definitely.
I'm just curious about do you have a different seat option when
Yes.
you click on it?
So no,
obviously
so this
it's
so the Badlands you get, or the Black Diamond, you only get this one seat option. That's it.
okay
Because this
okay.
is kind
Which
of your base
and
off-roader.
that's the is it all vinyl or is it vinyl with leather
no,
inserts,
no.
kinda?
This one's all vinyl. That's all you get.
Okay.
So
I dig the sand color
the dash and
interior
stuff. Yeah.
like, or well, the two-tone, it's like sand and dark gray. That's the one that I was just looking at. I think that looks really good as far as the interior is concerned.
I've got a WTF for it on this thing though. So the grab handles, which I love the grab handles in this, I think they're very well thought out of trying to get in the vehicle. But why is it each particular model only gets one color of grab handles? So in this particular color of the or in Black Diamond in general, it's only outlined in blue, which it does not go with the vehicle at all. Because if you see on the two doors, they're doing a body color. They're going to actually have some metal showing in the door, and it's the red that we've chosen right now, and it just does not go with this at all.
Yeah, that blue's weird.
If
Maybe
you got
it's just like this Bronco thing.
If you got the Velocity blue, it would be perfect. Any other color?
Yeah,
no.
for sure. Well, that's like my truck. It's red. It's Pro 4X. It's got some things, but then they threw a bunch of silver inside, and then they white stitched it. And I have a red truck. A red stitching would make pure sense.
Well, they do it
know,
now.
but
They do it
instead
now in the Titans, but yeah. All right,
Yeah,
so
the Titan, but
well, in the next Frontier, it'll be the same way.
don't know that.
So it didn't pop up just yet, but when I click the remote start, it automatically puts you in the mid package. So with the mid package, you get the dual zone temperature control. Now, this is a plus for Kelly. She really wanted the dual zone, but I'm like, look, the doors are off. What does that side of the truck, when the doors are off, need to be a little cooler than my side? Or hotter? I don't understand how that's going to work, but I understand it's a creature comfort. The doors are on. It's wintertime. I get that. But that comes with it. The one thing I did want was this right here, which was the auxiliary switches in the overhead console. Now, why I like this is because it's pre-wired. It goes right to a fuse block under the hood. And when you want to add options like lighting options down the road, oh my God, that's such a time saver. And just the headache is gone of wanting to add that. So that was definitely something that I wanted. Now, it says it's available on the base, Big Ben, Outer Banks models, standard on Black Diamond. So it's standard on this one. Badlands and Wild Track. So that was definitely, if that would have cost me extra, I would have done it. Like, hands down.
For sure. No, that's something they did on like F-250s and stuff, having a lot of a few basically open switches that you can wire in that are pre-built in with the vehicle. So you can add some aftermarket stuff, whether it's lights or who knows, whatever. But those are super nice.
Yeah, so and when you hit mid package as well, you get the power outlets in the back. So let's pop this up here and it'll show it. So that includes, obviously this is the 4-door because it's got window switches there. But it includes, I believe, a USB-C and the inverter, the 110 watt inverter in the back of it. Now, I do miss it having an inverter. In the Titan that we had for a while, it had an inverter back there. And that really was I never thought I would use it. And it became handy. Now, my daughter has asthma and stuff. She has to take breathing treatments. So when we're on the road, oh my God, that was so nice. So that's definitely something I want right there. Now, let's get into the radios of this. Radio is the one thing anymore I don't care about.
Can we even call it a radio anymore?
Not really. It's an
Are you
entertainment
talking
center.
about the? Are you talking about the entertainment center, the tablet? That's whatever
right.
size tablet that they put in. What size
Right.
does it come with, and what size is it optional? That's
So
what I'm curious about.
you can get a 12-inch or a 8-inch base is their standard radio, which is still a big. That's
Not
a
too
big,
bad.
Yeah.
But
or
then, I mean, if you want 8 inches or do you want 12 inches? That's
Well,
the big question, Dave. What
it
can
is
you
a big
handle
question.
That?
That's the long hard truth about it. Which can you handle? But in this, you can't get that 12-inch screen in this particular model. So that's
That's too bad. You could totally get it in my model.
well, I know I
build.
priced your model. But honestly, anymore, as long as it has Apple CarPlay or if I'm able to sync my Bluetooth to it, I don't care. Like, I don't listen to the radio anymore. I listen to either podcasts that we do, or like Joe Rogan, stuff like that, or I just my own music that I have on my phone already. I don't care. I don't listen to terrestrial radio anymore, so that wasn't a big deal to me. So as long as it sounds okay, I'm happy with that. I'm not, and it may be that may be something for people who want. That's something for them. It's just not for me anymore. Now let's get into the powertrain, Danny, because this is where, like, you talked to me a long time ago and kind of talked me into this. You were like, dude, I was like, I think the 2.3 would be fine, especially because this is not the 4-door, so it's a little lighter. I think it would probably have plenty of power, but I know me. I'm gonna know that there was something better out there, and if I didn't get it motor wise, I would kick myself. So we're gonna plop down that $18.95 for that twin turbo V6, Danny. I want all 300 and 310 horsepower,
310, yeah,
400 foot-pound of torque. I want that, man. So, and I knew it was going to be an automatic transmission, so the automatic's only available with that. So, I'm super pumped about that. And out of not really having a lot of options that I wanted, I think the motor makes up for that. Now this includes their goat system, and I believe you get all 7 goats with this particular model. So I will get into that when I get my hands on one to test one. I'll worry about that. Till then, don't care. You get front and rear differential locks because of the Sasquatch package. Here's the mid package if you're interested. It includes the 2-door intelligent access with lock unlock, which is just probably throw an app through your phone. The inverter, the ambient footwell lighting, Danny, because you want to look at your kicks, bro.
You want to look at your broken toes, see how they're doing, see if you can get back out on the trail and walk down a spot, or if you need to sit in your car and tell somebody else to do it.
Right, auto dimming rear view mirror, which is actually pretty nice. Front row heated seats. Now I know where you're at. That's not a big deal. But I will say we do get.
I keep my heated seats on my truck are on 24/7 when I'm driving because
Really?
I got that because I'm usually, especially now, and before as well, because my back's usually real tight and I gotta loosen up my back a little bit because I've been working out hard because I'm a beast, Dave.
Well, you are a beast, buddy. So the heated seats, especially if you think about on spring mornings or springtime, the doors are off and stuff. I mean, those are little things that make a difference.
Yeah.
Let's see. Remote start. Other than that, who cares? Included is the Ford Copilot 360. So that auto high beam assist, which I like. I played with that in that Titan when we were testing those Titans out that time. It had it. I like that feature.
It's nice.
You're getting the blind spot warning, which is nice in the mirrors. It kind of lets you know. Lane assist, stuff like that. It's going to be standard anymore.
Some creature comforts that are standard on some of the on a vehicle that's going to be up in the 40 to 50,000 range.
Yeah,
they're basically going to be putting those in.
Well, now the one thing that probably will boggle a lot of people's mind is tow hitch. I'm going to opt for the tow hitch, Dan. And you know why? Because I have a feeling they're putting a little bit bigger transmission cooler in it, which actually helps.
Okay, I get that.
Helps
You're
on the trails.
That truck bed trailer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Classy, Dave. Classy.
No, but I do believe they're going to get a little bit bigger transmission cooler, which makes a difference on just trail rides.
Well, you're guesstimating that. You might be just getting some freaking junk hitch that
you might
thrown on there and trailer wiring.
You might, but
I will say to have a trailer to be able to yank a trailer somewhere in a pinch is a nice thing.
Right. And $600. It's comparable. That pricing is comparable to any manufacturer when they add a hitch.
Yeah, you'll pay $400 for one,
Yeah.
and then if you actually had it installed, probably a couple of $100 more. So
What-
it's
what-
not a bad price.
What's funny is when you see this hitch, it's only about 12 inches long and attaches itself
Well,
right
it's
to
not
the
like
frame.
it's not like a class
Yeah,
1 million or whatever. These
Yeah.
things can't tow a lot.
yeah, but when you see it, you're like, really? I'm paying that much for it? But the wiring harness and everything.
Yeah,
and
I think they can only tow 4,000.
no, it's 3,500. It's
3,500. Yeah, so I figured it was pretty low. So yeah, you could tow a little adventure trailer behind it or something along those lines. But
Yeah,
I wouldn't do much more than that.
No,
It's got the power. It just doesn't have the suspension.
right. Well, it's not tuned for that,
Yeah, it's not built for
now
that.
here I think is a goof. Now there's been a couple goofs on this website, and Bronco 6G has pointed a few of them out. It says
Hummer seats that give you Hummers.
No, that's only Nissan. Danny.
God, I've been waiting for those. One of these days, I'm gonna get a Hummer seat.
I think that's actually Toyota. When you buy a Tacoma, that's why all these guys buy these Tacomas is for the Hummer
Yep.
seats. But it says here rock rails are $595 option, and it's standard on this vehicle. So I think that's one of the goofs.
Standard?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
It's part of the, I believe, the Sasquatch package. So
Well, I will say the rock rails, while they look like they're functional, they don't look like they're good.
no,
You know what
Lord,
I'm
no.
saying? Like I don't think they're
I wouldn't.
I don't think they're quite strong enough, and they seem to like really hang out there. They're more like a step, that like a really strong step.
I've got them up
I'd
here
like
right
something
now.
tucked. I'd
No,
like
these
them
are
tucked up
tucked.
a little bit more.
They're tucked pretty good on these.
The ones that I looked like they were sticking basically straight out.
Now they have a step that you can get, but so
Well, maybe I was looking at a different step.
I would have White Knuckle or somebody out there in California just.
Yeah.
I-
Are you
if-
talking about the tube step?
Yeah, it's a running board, step bar, rock rails, and rock rails. Standard on
Let me
Badland
look
models.
at these. Let me look at these, Dave. The one that I'm looking at looks like it sticks
Because
like 90 degrees to the
one
body.
the Wild Track that you're looking at doesn't offer this. So, if that's what you're looking at,
Look at you.
that's right. All right, so
Can't
now.
wait until we get to the end how much it costs.
Oh yeah. Well, now here's the good part. So you go to bumpers, fenders, doors, and roof. So these are options that you can pick up. And looky there, guys. There's their tube doors, and they're pretty nice for tube doors. They're
I
pretty
saw
nice
that.
looking. I think they can be done a lot cheaper than $850. I don't need Bronco on the side of it. I like how it's sort of a grab handle, but ultimately, if I do want tube doors down the road, I'll just either build some or, there'll be enough. Smitty built by then is going to have a version of a tube door for these
14
things.
versions. There's
Yeah.
gonna be 14 versions out there before you can sneeze at it.
But they're $850. I like that Ford's offering it. They know that they need to. A couple things that are interesting to me is this soft top beamy cover that you can get directly from Ford, $359. I think once again aftermarket will do this cheaper. I'm sure the quality that Ford's going to have is top notch, but I wouldn't finance it. I'd just buy something like that outright, which you should be able to do anyways at your local Ford dealership.
I'm not sure how much I'm into tube doors either. Personally, I think tube doors are lame. It looks like a dusty, shitty scenario, and then having to clean it out. My truck gets dusty enough with the windows down.
Yeah, but you take this with the doors off. I mean, what's the difference?
Well, I wouldn't take the doors.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Sorry there, Grumpy Dan. And they've got
Dave, we're old. We don't take doors off. We like the AC. We close all the windows up. That's how we like to off-road.
Oh, and now I'm the old man, huh? Okay, Grumpy.
Yeah.
The mesh top, I do like that, but once again, $250. If I want it, I'll buy it down the road. It's not something I want to put into my financing prices. Now, if I got it in a rack, they offer all kinds of little Yakima stuff. I could care less. You can finance your rooftop tent, Danny.
Oh, that's
$1,859. You can get you a Yakima rooftop tent, which once again I'd rather have the CVT. I think,
I'd rather have a CVT hardtop for that price.
Yeah, for that price, I think you can get the shell top.
Get close.
But anyways,
So,
I do
so
like.
Where are you landing in price, Dave? Where are we coming in?
Hold on, guy. I've got electronics here. We got to look at real quick. Oh wait.
Well, I already added all my stuff, dude.
All right. So basically, the hitch is the only thing in the Sasquatch package that I would add, and so it comes up to Let's see. It's showing $47,115 right there.
Dang, that's a 2-door life, dude.
That's 2 doors.
I'm running right into about 52,670. That's with a 4-door, and I think I only added like one extra thing for the package.
Right. So Danny, as we wind down tonight's version of this, I priced all three that I wanted, and so the Badlands version. The cool thing about the Badlands, it comes with the torsion bar or the sway bar disconnect.
Mm-hmm.
I priced one of those out at $49,475 with basically the same features that you see here. The Wild Track that you're looking at, I priced out at $48,475, and the Black Diamond right now at $46,820. Ultimately, out of all three of those currently, the only thing that I want that the two top tiers have that I can't get in the Black Diamond is those headlights, the halo headlights.
Oh yeah.
And I was talking.
Are
to
you
Kelly.
willing to spend the extra couple thousand?
Yeah. Is it? And that's what me and Kelly were talking about. Is it worth a few extra $1,000 for that? When knowing somebody's going to wreck one of these days, and I've seen the girls.
So they don't offer that in the lower package then.
Oh no! Here it gets stupid. You can get those in the second from up, which is the Big Bend for $800. You can buy those headlights only in that model.
Yeah.
It's goofy.
Yeah, that's rough. That's rough. And you know what? Maybe once it comes down to actual nuts and bolts, you can get those, or get them aftermarket or something like that. So
I'm sure enough people will complain about it that eventually you can get that. So guys, what do you think so far? And that's just build one. Like I said, we're gonna have a couple of these because I'm gonna change my mind 15 times before the end of it.
Oh yeah.
Things that are prior to me today will not be priority to me tomorrow. And Dan's leaving. Bye, Dan.
Sorry, Dave. I gotta hit the head.
Oh, go Dan. So guys, let me know what you think so far. Are we in line? Are you in line with me, or was there things in those packages that you would have wanted and that we didn't offer? Thank you, Brad. Thank you for subscribing. Once again, the idea behind this vehicle is I'll rip it apart. I'll do things to it when we get it. So you're going to want to subscribe for the long-term Bronco effect. And we plan on doing this with other vehicles. So if you haven't yet, please subscribe, because just by subscribing, you help get us monetized, get this channel monetized, which helps buy things to put on these trucks. So we do appreciate it. Guys, I appreciate the hour and 6 minutes we talked about one particular truck out of the three I want to buy. So once again, right now, I think it's the Rapid Red Sasquatch package, the mid package, just because I do want a couple of those creature comforts, and that's about it. I guess the hitch too, but I don't need a lot of options for what I want. Let's see. Yes, Kelly, there is a weight limit. If I remember right, I've heard 250, but I know the roof rack, when they do weight limits, it's always weird. And of course, that rooftop 10 is going to take up a big chunk of that weight. So I'll dig into that a little bit. They've never been clear on it. I think somebody asked that question at the last thing. It was in East Tennessee. I'll look it up, but I can't remember. But in a couple weeks, we'll do another one of these. And also, guys, we do a live show every Monday night where me and Danny, we pick apart one particular vehicle and we just talk about it. This coming week, it's going to be actually motorcycles, which is really cool. We like all things with wheels and tires. So if you haven't yet, like and subscribe. So guys, that was it tonight. We're in 20 minutes. We will be doing the Nissan Nation Productions here on YouTube. And come over and join us. There's some Frontier news. There's all kinds of cool Nissan news to talk about. So I've got to set that up. I've got to let my voice rest for a minute. And we're going to be talking Nissans over there. Guys, so from all things two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, or whatever you drive, this is your All Terrain Nation. And I'm your host, Dave.